tried all openings for white to find out how good they are, and I found some crazy overpowered openings that make your opponents jump off a building. Also, I found some dog shit openings that made me want to jump off a building, but I'm not here to rate them in a shit-looking tier list on my beautiful channel. Instead, I will analyze all the openings like how Stockfish analyze moves. Let's get started. Scotch Gambit. This is a hyper-aggressive deadly opening for white that will cause emotional damage to your opponent and make them question their own existence. This starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and d4. Best move for black is to take, and no, we don't take back. We play bishop c4, attacking the weakest black pawn. This is the most played move for black, adding another defender. And we offer them another pawn. They take the pawn thinking you are an idiot, but exactly 0.1 second after you play the brilliant move, bishop takes f7. King has to take, and we fork their bishop. But don't take yet, we gives the check. They have to block with the pawn, and now we take. After pawn takes pawn, their rook is trapped. Very nice. Black resigned. Now let's analyze it. We sacrificed multiple pieces to launch a killer attack. And does it work? Yes, it does. So this is a brilliant opening. Up next, we have the bird opening. More like bird poop opening. Starts with g4. What the fuck is that move? It's a super blunder. Congratulations. You just found the quickest way to get checkmated. Blunder opening. Danish Gambit. Gotta turn on the alarm again. This is an absolute deadly opening to harass Super GEMS. This attack is led by the killer bishop duo. This starts with e4, e5, and we play d4 sacrificing the pawn. When they take, we give them another pawn. They take, and we play bishop c4. They take, and now we got the killer bishop duo. Doesn't matter what black plays next, we have so much tactics to win their pieces. For an example, queen g5 is one of the main moves attacking this weak pawn. We attack the queen, they take the pawn thinking you are a fucking idiot. But little did they know this is a trap. We play rook g1 attacking the queen, and it's guarded by the knight. Knight is guarded by the queen. This is the only safe square for the queen. Then we sack the bishop, because if king takes we fork the queen. And now we play the brilliant move rook g7. If they take, we take back with the bishop, and their rook is trapped. If they don't take, now we play rook g3 attacking the queen and the rook at the same time. There's a lot more tactics where you can win the queen and the game. If you want to learn all that, watch my Danish Gambit video. So we sacrificed pieces for an attack. Absolute brilliant opening. The queenless opening. Sorry, I mean the London opening. d4, bishop f4, e3, knight f3. And yes, they play the exact mirrored moves every time. This looks like a fucking home decoration. And it get worse, we play the exact same line every single time. Feels like you are playing the same game again and again. This makes you want to bang your head on the wall and quit chess. Guaranteed. Let's analyze it. Technically, it's not a bad opening, but we didn't sacrifice anything. There's no real attack. It's just developing book moves. So I would say it's a book move opening. Halloween Gambit. This is a super fun and aggressive opening that can drive them nuts. This starts with the Fortnite opening, and we smash the move knight takes e5 sacrificing a damn knight. After they take, we force them to undevelop both knights. But it's just the beginning. Black is paralyzed. They can't move anything. They will try to survive somehow, but we are just too strong. So let's analyze it. We sacrificed a full knight to get a killer attack. Does it work? Yes, we took their soul. It's a brilliant opening. Sodium attack. We play knight a3 just because it's the scientific name of sodium. Absolute garbage. There's no fucking reason to play this opening. Let's analyze it. We didn't blunder anything. It didn't make the position weak, but it gives black an advantage. So it's an inaccuracy opening. Vienna Gambit. Tight your seatbelt. Heart patient, avoid watching this. e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6 and f4. It's a fucking brilliant move. Takes to knight, has no moves. So queen pin the pawn to the king. We remove the pin and they has to undevelop the knight. Now we play knight f3 to stop queen h4 check. d6 and knight d5 attacking the queen. The queen goes here, boom. Headshot, royal fork. Fucking brilliant opening. Italian opening. e4, mamma mia, that's a good move. e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, and we are going to strike the center with d4. Black doesn't have a good way to defend it, so we will get to control the center almost every time, and that's a very good advantage in the opening. Let's analyze it. No sacrifices, no attacks, no specialty for defense, but we get a good position. It's a good opening. Cloud, e4, that's the best possible first move. Well done. King e2 and you can resign. Okay, it's a blunder opening. Reversed King's Indian. This opening is made for black, but you can even play it as white. And it is the safest opening ever. You don't fight for the center right away. Instead, you develop and castle. And this is unbreakable. It's an epic opening. Let's analyze it. We didn't sacrifice anything, so it's not a brilliant opening. And we didn't create any attack. so it's not a great opening, but everything else is good. We have a unbreakable defense, so it's an excellent opening. Panziani opening. This is another killer opening that brings shame to your opponent. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and we play c3. We are looking to play the move d4, and when you do, you get a full control of the center. And because of this open diagonal, you might find many forks in different positions. But that's not why this is a killer opening. When you get to this position, yes, you can fork the knight, but you play bishop b5 check. They block with the pawn. If they take the knight, you are going to trade queens and make a new one. If they takes your pawn, take with the knight and you win both knights. But they will also play queen b6. Looks like they are attacking our bishop. But no, be very careful. This mate in one. But then we play pawn takes pawn discover check on the king. They will not take the bishop because they have mate in one next move. Now you play knight f7 check, king moves. And now you can make a queen and hang mate in one. Or you can end their chess career by playing the absolutely savage move, pawn promotes to a knight. Let's analyze it. We didn't sacrifice anything, so it can't be brilliant, but we created a killer attack. So this is a great opening. Roy Lopez, Magnus Carlsen's favorite opening. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop b5. We are threatening to capture the knight and take this pawn, so they counter-attack our pawn, and we castle sacrificing the pawn. After they take, we play d4. If they take, we pin the knight, which is why they will play knight d7, attacking the bishop. And we take the pawn, attacking the knight. They will take the bishop thinking you are an idiot. Bishop g5, bishop e7 is the best move. Take. And this knight has nowhere to go. Take and f4 win this knight, because if they move the knight, queen is pinned. If they castle here, we play knight b5 attacking this pawn. They take the pawn while defending this pawn. But after rook e1, they can't defend it, so they counterattack our rook. We play knight c3, and if they don't play queen b4 next, the queen is trapped. If they do, now we play knight d5 attacking this. And black can resign because these knights are monsters. This is a brilliant opening. We sacrifice pieces for a killer attack. If you thought bird opening is the worst, then you are not ready for this. Bird opening started with f4. How about g4? Checkmate in 2 moves. Why the fuck does people make this garbage openings? Nothing to analyze. Blunder opening. Smith Mora. This opening is made to destroy Sicilian players. e4, c5, and d4. When they take, we sacrifice another pawn. Then we takes back with the knight. We are controlling the center and we can develop quickly while they haven't moved anything. Let's analyze it. We sacrificed pieces, but there were no direct attack. Not specialized for defense either. So it's a good opening. Nimsu Loschen. b3, bishop b2, e3, bishop e2, knight f3, and castle. This is a very strong defense system with lots of attacking ideas. Also, there's lots of mistakes black can make. For an example, if black plays bishop d6 to defend the pawn in this position, you can play f4. If they take, you will win the rook. They might try to counterattack you, but you are going to trade queens and win the rook. Let's analyze it. This is a strong defense and it create attacks, but there were no sacrifices, so this is a great opening. Evans Gambit. This is another aggressive opening that take your opponent to the death. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, and now we play b4 sacrificing a pawn. When they take, we attack, then we play d4 and we get the full control of the center. But that's not all. There's many lines where you can paralyze black. For an example, if they play knight f6 instead of bishop c5, we play d4. They take and we castle, giving up the second pawn. But if you thought that was crazy sacrificing, how about knight c3? If they take, we play bishop takes f7 check, and the game is over. We take the knight with a check, and black has absolutely nothing. Best move for black is to resign. Yes, it's a fucking brilliant opening. King's Gambit. e4, e5, f4. Just like the Queen's Gambit. There's too much theory to learn. I don't recommend this for any beginner, but you can say it's a good opening. Queen's Gambit. d4, c5, c4. If they take, you play e4 and you have full control of the center. Also, you are going to take this with this bishop. Sounds really cool, right? Listen, they don't have to take, and they will never take. And now you need a PhD to remember all the complicated lines. 90% of players go to therapy after playing this opening. Absolute garbage. Inaccuracy opening. Now you know what openings to play, so it's time to learn all chess tips to avoid mistakes. And that's why I made this video for you.